What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all ain't gonna be able to see me, but this is episode 2 of season 2. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Rome with.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Pharaoh, man.
You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, Pharaoh? How you feeling?
Man, it's hot, man.
It's
It's
hot.
hot as hell.
It's
Yeah,
hot. The weather out here, bro. Look at it's fucking thundering, my nigga. If y'all don't
man.
know, right now I'm in Florida, Orlando, which is why we have the virtual podcast. Uh, it is fucking thundering, literally thundering, like rainstorm. Like this shit is crazy. I'll tell you. Earlier today, it was hot, where I should take the hoodie off short sleeve, and now it's thundering. This shit is crazy, bro. The shit is crazy. Have you been to Florida, Devin?
Nah, I've been only place I've been to in the United States is Chicago,
Uh huh.
Michigan, Cali, and a little bit of Arizona. Arizona, they
Yep.
burning up right now, man.
What? I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I was telling somebody about Arizona. I said, okay, think of 90-degree weather because they didn't know I met some Australian people when I was on the airport. I was like, they don't know the Fahrenheit. So I was trying to explain to who what 90 degrees was. I said, 90 degrees is you open your oven and you put your hand. That's like, it's hot. It's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100, you in the oven. Now, that's how Phoenix was one time when I was out there. I remember that vividly. Like, they decided to go play basketball midday in Arizona. We lasted 2 shots. I had to go home. It's too hot.
Man.
It's too
And it
hot.
was crazy about Arizona is because I spent the last summer over there with my grandma.
Uh-huh.
And it's dry, so you don't even realize that you burning up. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
by the time you pass out, that's when
Uh-huh.
you realize, oh shit, it's hot. So it's like, yeah, man, that heat is
What
crazy.
what you that sound like a personal experience. That
Hmm.
happened to you?
So I used to, when I went to Arizona, I told you I was visiting my grandma,
Uh-huh.
and I used to jump rope
Uh-huh.
outside, like just to work out and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And it would be like 112, but
Uh-huh.
it wouldn't be like hot. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be sweating crazy.
Uh-huh.
But I'd be out there jumping rope. A couple minutes go by, I feel my forehead. I'm like, damn, that shit is hot. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
I have to run inside. Rest of the day, I'm laying down like trying to cool down, putting ice water on my head, trying not to pass out because I didn't realize how hot it was. Because it's a dry
Mm.
heat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
moisture in the air make it feel hot.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's dry, you don't even realize until it's too
Mm. When I was out there, I realized. Now, let me ask you this, some more
late.
context. What would you consider Cali heat, like Pat, like where you're at? Is that like what type of heat is that in comparison?
It's dry, but
Uh-huh.
like Arizona's a desert. You get me?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we still have some moisture in the air and shit. It ain't that
Uh-huh.
bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Nah,
they
yeah,
their
what
tires melt out there. You feel what I'm saying?
that's crazy. That's hot, hot. That's
Yeah,
literally
man.
hot, hot. When I went out there, I don't have a vivid memory as you. I went out there when I was about 13, 12. I just remember that one incident. And then the house's AC broke while we was there. The house we was
Mm.
staying at, the AC went out.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, so that shit was different. That shit was different, bro. Went to sleep. I remember going to sleep with the covers off. I remember that. That was a vivid memory. But I was like the only. I went there again. Actually, I just went there again, but that was graduation time, so we're thinking spring. So it wasn't too hot then. It was still hot, but not summer burning tires burning hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um. Also, but that's where you know what I'm saying. That's where I'm at right now for everybody. I'm in Florida. That bitch is raining, hot, and it's like I haven't really felt humidity before, you know what I'm saying, since I last been out here, which I
Mhm.
was like a middle, like, you know what I'm saying, 13 again. And this shit is crazy. Have you ever been felt humidity?
Yeah. So the way it is in the Midwest is like it'll be so hot you start sweating,
Uh-huh.
and you go take a shower. You
Uh-huh.
come back outside, you start sweating again. You gotta take another
Yeah.
shower and shit.
Yeah. That shit is
Hmm.
insane, bro. It's like to explain it to everybody. It's like, bro, yo, you just start sweat. For me, it was like you sweated for damn near no reason, bro. Like if you felt moisture in the blankets, it was the
Yeah.
carpet was wet. Like what the fuck? That shit is crazy though, y'all. It's like it's a definitely an experience. Now, with that being said, it's very greenery out here though. It's so green, like,
You seen
and
any
it
gators yet?
no, I have not. I'm in Orlando. Yeah, I'm in
Oh,
Orlando
okay.
right now. Daytona. We're actually currently in Daytona right now. I have not seen no gators, but I see why there is gators. They be having real ass ponds, my nigga, real ass ponds, like hella of them. You know, like how it rains in Patterson, the parks get full of water.
Yeah.
Bruh, imagine. Oh my god, it's real ass lightning right now. But imagine hella of them everywhere. Like you know what I'm saying? There's just not, and it's not because of the rain, or it probably is, but you know what I'm saying. But it's lakes everywhere, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. It's like
Now, you ever seen like real thunderstorms, like lightning storms and stuff?
I'm looking at one right now. If this ain't one, then I don't know what is. Like lightning hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by that, or is it different?
Nah, real lightning storms is like it'll be like 10 o'clock at night, moon out,
Uh-huh.
sky dark. You know what I'm saying? You can't even see the stars, and
Uh-huh.
then you'll get a lightning flash.
Uh-huh.
3-4 seconds, you'll think the sun came back up.
Ooh, we talk about
That
one
stuff
of
is crazy.
them. I
Yeah.
see. I probably that's very rare, but I probably seen that like one time in my life. Like this shit right here is beyond me. And people say they like the weather here. They want to retire here.
Hell no.
Cali, man, they be like, it's so expensive. The cost to live is so expensive. Man, I'm in Cali for
They be
sure.
having storms out there, hurricanes. Nah, bro. I don't
What?
go. I
One thing I
don't
gotta
go.
say though, Devin. One thing I gotta say. Hold on.
Mm.
The bitches. Oh my god, they fire. They are fucking fire, bro. I'm talking about they got women and they got flavors too, bro. It's not one minority, it's flavors. Like when I was in Detroit, for instance, California got flavors too. But oh my god, they look. I'm talking bombshells. I'm talking bombshells. I went to the Orlando Premium Outlets and we went, you know what I'm saying, just shop around and things of that nature. While I was walking
Mm.
around, I'm talking about so many fine women. It don't make sense. Like that shit don't make sense. Like I've been around motherfucking California, Northern California, and it wasn't concentrated as a Saturday on the what today is the 28th at the Premium Orlando outlets. That's I'm talking about so many, bro. It's like they got so many beautiful women. It's like I like you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain that shit, bro. It's crazy though, bro. It's actually crazy. So I definitely recommend a guy's trip for you. You know what I'm saying to Florida because they got the bitches, all
Mm.
flavors too. They got the black ones, the black thick ones. They got the white thick ones. They got the Asian thick ones. They got the Mexican. They got oh my favorite, the slim thick. So you know what I'm saying. That's me gushing. That's me gushing. They had all my speed. What's your favorite body type for a woman?
Shit, I like all types, gang. Big
Okay.
girls need love too. Skinny
Yeah.
women, Y2K.
Yeah.
I love it all, man.
Okay, you don't discriminate. I don't discriminate either, but I definitely got a favorite. I
It's
definitely got a
It's
favorite.
Baskin Robbins over here, man. 31 flavors. I'll have them all too.
I actually tried to do that once, like as in Baskin Robbins. I tried to like go from the left side to the right side and get every single flavor like once a week. I didn't last long just because I didn't feel the wheel for it. But how was this is the ending up of this is the last week, really the last couple of days of June. Next time we do a podcast, it's gonna be July. And I wanted to ask you, how was this month for you?
It's good, man. Had a birthday. You feel me? Getting older.
Yeah.
Feel
Yeah.
it in the joints.
Do you really?
Nah, but
I was about to say that's crazy. I don't remember no
nah.
crazy injuries from you.
But I feel like I am getting older, bro. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Time
20.
time is passing right now.
No facts. Like that shit. In which way are you seeing it the most? Like what pronounced it for you?
Just I feel like I don't know, bro. My maturity is going through changes. Like the stuff I used to tolerate before,
Uh-huh.
I'm not really allowing. I find
Mm.
myself saying no a lot recently. Just not like
Mm.
entertaining bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear
That's
you.
how I've been feeling.
I'm gonna be a little bit more descriptive on this. I just want to see what like the things you've been saying, no and not tolerating. Because if you're not tolerating it now, you was tolerating it earlier. I just want to curious on what was that. You know what I'm saying?
Just letting people give me the runaround, wasting time, like putting up with the fake smiles just
Uh-huh.
because I felt like it was gonna avoid confrontation. Nah, it's just like recently I just have not cared, about
Mm-hmm.
people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a savage mode, man.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that you could go too far? Obviously, we was talking about balance last month or last podcast. How are you balancing that out?
In terms of going too far.
Yeah, like how do you like stop yourself, or what are some indicators that like I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm on the far end, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me show a little bit more compassion towards the world.
Nah, it's not been that at all. It's just
Okay.
been the exact opposite. It's been less compassion,
Okay.
because I feel like when you're too nice, sometimes people take advantage of you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just not going for it. That's all it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand it. Uh, one thing about that too, they say that when you start moving like that, things start happening for you in a good way.
Yeah,
Uh, have
you
you
get your
seen
time
that?
back. You get your
Yeah.
time back. Your self respect. People respect you and your time more because
Uh-huh.
now you putting up boundaries. You're not just
Uh-huh.
going for everything.
That
And
remind me.
it's been feeling like that too.
Yeah, yeah. No, that remind me of a time with this woman, bro. I waited outside her apartment for an hour and a half from the time we were supposed to meet. The date turned out hella great. You know what I'm saying? It turned out great. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She was fucking with the kid after that. Just know that. So, but the hour and a half wait, I'm guessing that you right now, you're not tolerating that shit.
Nope. You
Yeah.
got about 2 minutes.
Oh.
Like if I'm like being genuine, if it's a date planned, I'll pull up to Shorty house, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's just say I got a date plan. I pull up to Shorty
Yeah.
house. She's like, give me a minute. You got exactly 1 minute. Like
Yeah.
that's
You're
how it
not.
is right now.
Yeah.
Cause if I'm gonna sit there and wait, like my favorite phrase is slippery slope. If I do it one time, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna think it's okay to do it again and
Mm-hmm.
again. It's gonna happen over and over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I told you in advance what time I was gonna be there,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to buy yourself more time or make me wait or try to
Mm-hmm.
assert some type of control, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm just not going for that. I'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's something too. That's like, what's the best way to say that? When you move like that, let me really get in your shoes, because I did that, right? And that's great. But I find out that the ones who I really can't so no to is because I'm not standing fully on my 10 toes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not standing on
Hmm.
my two own feet. Like, in
Hmm.
terms of your parent, like who your guardians, you know what I'm saying? You still living under their roof. I can't push that energy like I want to push that energy, because I'm still kind of like under their jurisdiction in the sense of the spot. Did you get what I'm saying?
It's not. I hear what you're saying, but it's not so much as a disrespectful energy.
Yeah.
It's me expecting you to stand on your word energy, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
holding people accountable. Like I did it to you today.
Uh-huh.
You said 2 o'clock. I woke up.
Uh-huh.
I said okay. You try to come and say let's start earlier. I was like, nah, 2. I was busy at the time, but it was still
Uh-huh.
like,
Uh-huh.
nah, you said 2.
No,
That.
no, no. And I appreciate it too, because that offers professionalism. And then this nigga was
Hmm.
5 minutes late.
I was getting my dogs put up, man. That's my bad.
No, I respect that though, because you still can me stand on it, stand on business, and that's gonna force me to get right, because I am naturally, I don't want to be like this, but
Hmm.
it takes a lot of self will. But late tardiness is one of my what's the best way to say this? One of my weaknesses. It's easy for
Yeah.
me to be tardy than it is to be on
Oh, for
time or
real.
early. Yeah, it's way easy. It's super easy. Like, I'll be late before I be early. Majority of the time. I don't want to be like that though.
I
That's
find that whatever time it is you supposed to be somewhere, if you set your own limit and say, okay, this is the time I'm supposed to be there, but
mm-hmm.
as a personal goal, I need to be there 15 minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
You actually get there hella early. Like I started doing that like at work because I used to be late all the time when I worked at Save Mart.
Really?
Yeah, I would be late every day, at least 10 minutes, at least.
Hey,
You know
before
what I'm
we
saying?
cut you off real quick, my bad. These niggas, it's a brainstorm. They got shorts on and this woman got a skirt on and a tank top. And I'm guessing they must live here, bro. How do you not keep a hood? Like, I was just ranting right there. But keep going, my bad. It's a dead ass a rainstorm, bro. It's a dead ass rainstorm. She got a
They
tank
used to it,
top.
man. This is nothing. This they weather. You know
That
what's crazy?
shit's
You know what's
what?
crazy? Back in Indiana, they would have like flash rainstorms that would
Yeah,
last like 10 minutes. Like it'd be sunny, right? Like how it
yeah,
is here.
yeah,
And then it would just you see the clouds roll in fast as shit and it would rain, it would downpour bad
yeah,
for like 10 minutes and then it would just
yeah.
go away. Like it never
Yeah.
happened. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, no, that shit is insane to me. But sorry to cut you off. I just couldn't believe that. But yeah, keep going, my bad.
nah, but yeah, setting that personal goal to get somewhere 15 minutes early just for yourself and just
Mhm.
holding yourself to that type of discipline,
Mhm.
that should go a long way. I find that if you operate on somebody else's orders, it's a lot harder for you to be disciplined than if you buy in and set yourself your own boundaries.
And that's what I experienced with the 2 p.m. like right now, because we're currently
Mm-hmm.
at a buffet. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
if anything that y'all want to know is I'm very disciplined and I'm getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Like we doing this shit virtually. Never thought I'd do it, and I'm glad I took this as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because in the future we get people could get virtual interviews and things of that nature. Those will also get me to do more B-roll in the shorts because I still do want to cut this up. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the buffet right now. You know what I'm saying? And I had to leave to do the podcast.
Yeah, y'all. I told this man not to do it. He insisted.
No,
That's
I
why we
had
here
to.
right now.
No, I had to. I had to. I said, nope, can't be me.
I was
Cannot
I
be
was
me.
opting out. I was getting lazy. You see?
No, I couldn't, bro. I could not. And I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure. Everything
Mm-hmm.
you bring to the table and things of that nature. I gotta get a little bit more better on my, like I said, the tardiness and laziness and things of that nature. But regarding that, you say your month has been, let's get back to the month
Mm-hmm.
in general. Just recapping, my bad. Just that one little
You can
adjective you
still hear
had.
me, cool?
Yeah, I can hear you, cool.
Okay, okay, okay.
What was your like the final, like just the conclusion?
Oh yeah, it was a solid month, bro. Very productive. Just staying busy.
Was this the month you started implementing shorts?
I did it. Half the month was so
Okay.
around like probably last week is when that month ended because I started
Uh-huh.
in like the 20th of May or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay. And you seen phenomenal growth too. That shit
Yeah, man,
crazy, bro. That shit is
it's
crazy,
crazy.
bro. That shit.
Um, the whatever short I uploaded yesterday probably got the most views I've ever gotten. That shit was crazy.
Oh, I ain't even peep it, bro. I'm still catching up with your halos, bro. I actually just recently had to cut off music. So remember how I used to
mm,
watch your shit every day? Or let me tell you, I watch Pharaoh. He does a YouTube channel. I watch Pharaoh's videos every day in the morning when I edit my clips to post for the podcast and the business I manage. Bow. Recently, I have been opting out of the Pharaoh YouTubes and been listening to, I don't know why, but I've been putting on this Gunna playlist I made back before, like when he dropped, what was the last shit he dropped? Before Wanna Flow. Wanna Flow, that album. The one before that, I made a Gunna playlist. And I don't know, for some reason, it's been calling my name. And that shit has been setting the mood for my editing and making that shit cool. But recently, I just said, I'm done listening to music on some real shit. I
mm,
just said I'm done listening to music. Besides, obviously, when I stream, but on my own personal time, I'm not listening to music because my brain has been super chaotic and I haven't been dealing with things that need to be dealt with. I have been just going with the flow. You get what I'm saying? Like, for instance, this trip, this I was supposed to leave Thursday. Like, basically, let me say this. My mom told me if I want to come out here, I said yeah. Mind you, me and my mom don't have the best relationship coming up to this. You know what I'm saying? I was just in the day so much, just going through the motions, not thinking about shit else besides what I'm doing right here. Like really personal health to the side. Like if it's about my personal health, I'm throwing it to the side. I'm not dealing with it. I'm just focused on professional right now. And I was so in the sauce, like I was just lost in the sauce that like I didn't know shit about the playing. Like, bro, like Thursday came, I didn't know how we was getting there. Mind you, I do not have a car right now. So I had to figure shit out to get where I need to go. So we didn't have a vehicle to get us there. And mind you, I'm so out of it. This is the last day. This is literally the day of to get there. My mom hasn't been calling me like, we leave this day, this time, be here. Like, this is what you got to do, things of that nature. And I ended up going bad on her. I ended up tripping out on her. But basically, why I say this is because I'm in the days, like in the sense of everything that's going on, like I'm not even keeping up with shit else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
personally. So it's like I'm kind of like I felt like the music was kind of easing me into that mindset. Hey, I just needed time to be in my own head, be in my own thoughts, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So you think music was acting more as a distraction when it came to productivity and getting work done?
I wouldn't say productivity and getting work done because I was doing productivity and getting work done. I'll say more so a
Mm-hmm.
distraction from dealing with the shit in my personal life. I
Okay.
just put it off. Like the music allowed me to leave that alone and keep it pushing. You get what I'm saying? Not deal with things that
Mm-hmm.
need to be dealt with. Like you know you got this trip and you don't know no details about it. Why are you not finding out details? Like you know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
get that your mom could have hit you up, but why are you not finding out details on this trip that you're supposed to go on?
It's crazy because when I was in high school, you would see me just like this with both earbuds in at all times, right?
Uh-huh.
And I feel like being locked in with music playing 24/7, it kind of zombifies
24/7.
you a little bit.
It
Kind of makes
did.
you a little bit because you're disconnected from reality. And
Yes.
once you take them earbuds out, now you have time to sit with your thoughts. And some people don't
Yes.
like that shit.
Yes.
Um, I feel though, I was gonna ask you while you was going off, do you think, because I feel that music in the gym is kind of has negative effects as well. I was gonna ask you, do
Mm.
you think if you were playing music in the gym, would you be more active uh,
The
in
crazy
terms of
thing
what
is,
you do in the gym or not?
yeah, I've been stopped playing music when I worked out.
Mm,
Like I've been stopped. I don't like headphones in because it's all happened because of this. The AirPods I had, they broke. I had one
mm-hmm,
AirPod that worked, and then they both will work, but it will only last down there 30 minutes. And one of
mm-hmm,
them was very lower than the other one. So that just phased out. And I was just like, I had some studios, and I was like, this is when I was kind of like, what's the best way to say this? I was insecure about my bald head. So I was like, if I
mm-hmm.
have this headphones on, I don't know if I'll be able to wear a hat. And if I did wear it, the
They
headphones
gonna
I
want you to
had,
take the hat off now.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, I did it last podcast. I did it last podcast. I took it off. That was like a big moment for me, bro. Like doing that podcast with no hat on was like a big moment. It's like I'm stepping into who I am. I even approached some woman with the bald head out. I approached a
Mm-hmm,
woman, you know what I'm saying, with the bald head out, and it wasn't a severe consequence. I didn't go for the Instagram or nothing like that. I just took a baby step. I initiated,
mm-hmm.
got great convo, and I just let it be what it is. If I see you again, I'm for sure striking. But that time right there, I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get familiar, like getting out with the boy. Hey, cause
uh,
that was a real, what's the best? I was unsure how you know what I'm saying, how you look, how I look, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Cause I know for sure what I could do with if I had a hat on. But I
mm-hmm,
have a hat on, I know I could hit like this, I can hit like this, I can hit like this, but that's not truly me. What you gonna do with a hat off?
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's inner. So I just, you know what I'm saying? That was a big moment for me doing that podcast with that body out. I still gotta edit it, y'all, and show it to the world. So that's gonna be another moment. But I'm showing that body out. So I still ain't posted a picture on Instagram with the bald head out. I
Shit.
still got my profile picture with hair.
Post one of them thumbnails, man.
Nah, that's the, you
Nah,
know what I'm
but
saying?
I was asking you about the working out with music because I never listened to music when I would go on my runs, right? When I would
Mm-hmm,
run,
mm-hmm,
and I started doing that, and I asked myself, I was like, why am I listening to music? Like,
mm-hmm,
this is supposed to be therapeutic. I feel like running is therapeutic
mm-hmm,
if you let it. And then I
mm-hmm,
took the headphones off, and I start having these thoughts of like quitting, giving up. Like, nah, I can't keep
mm-hmm,
going. I was like, nah, I gotta face this noise.
mm-hmm,
I can't have music in no more. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? Because it's gonna make you mentally strong. Like
mm-hmm.
remember how I was saying music blocks out the inner thoughts you be having.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. What? Tough.
Yeah.
One thing I do when I run, I do listen to music though. I do listen to music when I do run.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I actually don't think that when I you remember when we used to do the running shit at the at the trail and shit, not the trail, but like working out with football. The
Mm-hmm.
music was a huge motivator. Like in a sense, it took me
Mm.
to that next level. Now, what you're talking about with the strong mindset that did play a role because one time in my life I was addicted to motivational videos and sounds, I guess you could call it. I wouldn't say music, but motivational videos I would save to my phone, like soundtracks and shit. And
Yeah.
at a point, I had to stop all that shit because I was like working out and my phone died. And I literally couldn't do the workout because I couldn't hear the motivational shit. It was like an over reliance on that. And I was like, nope, that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't need it no more. I threw it all the way away. So I can
Yeah.
see what you mean by that too. Uh, but I don't think I'm over relying on it in terms of to work out. No,
Mm.
I think where it's at right now, it kind of could push me to the next level.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
but
what's up.
I definitely could see that because I got over reliant on the motivational. Like if I didn't have my motivational, I'm not doing it. and that shit pushed me to the edge. But no, I don't need that. I don't need it no more like that. It's only a bonus right now. But in terms of at home, I used to, like you said, 24/7. Go to sleep playing music. Wake up as soon as you wake up, put music on. All throughout the day, you got music on, bruh. That was me, and I'm like, fuck that shit, bruh. Done.
Yeah,
Let me get my own thoughts in. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really listen to music at the crib. I like from my days making music. There's like this habit of wanting to listen to new stuff when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So like every Friday, I'll go, look up indie artists and see what people are making. But besides that, I don't really play music like that.
Mm-hmm. So you still stay up to date though.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's that's
I'm trying not to be one of them people that gets old and is like, this ain't music. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like I'm trying to
Okay.
keep my horizons expanded. Let the new
Okay.
shit play.
Okay. No, that's a smart move. I should probably incorporate that too because, but really, I ain't gonna lie. Doing the music reaction streaming has kind of tampered on me wanting to learn new music. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm
Mm,
listening to so much new music from them. It be like, nigga, I don't want to listen to no more new music. Let me
mm-hmm,
get some music I already know. That's I've been feeling that lately. Or when I did the streaming, like I've been fatigued of listening to new music
mm-hmm.
because of how much new music I listen to. But wrapping up that little segment, I would say just giving my month. You know what I'm saying? This month was a days. Like it was a days. It was no self, not self. What would I say? Self control. It was a what's the best way to say this? It was a overcrowding of the brain, a little bit too much thinking on things I don't need to think about, and
You
not
got a lot happen this month, man.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I was operating under a lot of negative emotions too, bro. I wanted to talk about that. That was a topic. Comparison. I started moving with comparison, like comparing my stats to other
Mm,
streamers. I started doing that. I started doing that shit instead of focusing on myself and my own stats. And as long as my stats are growing up, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I started comparing myself, like, what is he doing that I'm not doing? And why is like it's all them whys and then now I'm trying to manipulate my
mm-hmm.
formula. Now I'm not okay with my growth. Uh
Comparison's the thief of joy, man.
yeah, nah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
But
I've
you
been
had a lot happen this month. You had the song wars, your stream went up, you had your
yeah,
merch come through.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
nah.
saying? You had a lot of good things go on. You should reflect on those, bro. Because there's a lot of people that would look at your situation with streaming and feel the same way and start comparing themselves to you. Be like, how does he get it like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no facts. And I've seen people, and it's ugly, bro. Just the whole comparison is ugly. It's because then I found myself doing that. Like exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you said. I look at a dude, he been doing this for about 2 years. This nigga barely where I'm at. You get that
Mm-hmm.
that emotion. I don't know what that's like kind of a mocking him. Like what like nigga you like you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that emotion is. I think I can't put a word to that emotion, but I found myself doing that. I looked at dude like, bro, you been doing this for 2 years and you
You
barely
competing.
weren't. You know what I'm saying? And it's not you don't. That's not the competing against them. Ain't how you get the award.
Mm-hmm.
But I found myself doing that. And have you? What you think about that shit? Like hearing me say that.
I
And
mean,
yeah.
I'm hopeful that, you know, even in that, because everybody goes through them emotions where they're like, am I good enough for this? Or,
Mm-hmm,
um, just looking at what other people have done, saying, I'm not growing fast enough for the way I want
mm-hmm,
to. Everybody deals with that.
mm-hmm,
But I would hope that you would be able to look at the growth that you've experienced this past month and realize, just how much you've accomplished in a short time. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Like, you have been doing your thing,
mm-hmm,
and you're seeing the numbers. You're getting people that genuinely care about your streams and your content, and it's cool
mm-hmm.
to see, man.
Mhm. I wanted to ask you too, have you experienced that, what I went through? And what were you doing that caused it?
Oh yeah, I still deal with it. Just looking at other people grow, like I'll see some accounts pop up on my page where they're they got less subs than me, they're getting less views than me. They've been doing this shit for years, 4 years, 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just I start asking myself like, is my channel gonna end up like theirs? You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna end up with a
Mm.
dead channel? And I start having this anxiety, these worries, but it's like
That's exactly what I felt.
you got to just stay the course, bro. You got to trust your process and do what feels right to you, because you have a voice, you have a talent, you
Mm-hmm.
have a light that shines. Like, people
Mm-hmm.
love your energy, and you just got to stand true to that, bro. Your
And
time
I
will come.
and I did that same thing, bro. Exactly what you did. That's how I quelled them anxiety, bro. But mine was even deeper, bro. Like, remember when I said I was in a daze? Well, it wasn't just any daze. It was a black daze. That bitch, it was foggy, bro. I was in a negative state of
Mm.
mind. I
Mm-hmm.
wrote, I wrote in my cause I had a, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember you popped up in my head, write shit down. I went away from writing shit down. I used to write shit down a lot. I went away from writing shit down. I don't know why you popped up in my head. You was like, write shit down. So I went on my notebook on my computers. I had no paper. I typed in root of my problems. And I said, I'm not okay with where I'm at in life. And then
Mm.
I wrote out, I wrote out, I'm an underpaid, overworked employee for my dad.
Mm.
I looked at that and that hurt me. How could I think of that of all when I'm doing all these things? That's like that's me demeaning myself. You get what I'm saying though? Like
Mm-hmm.
I wrote out basically what you said right there, like you're where you at, you're the light, you know what I'm saying? All them positive things. I had to reconfirm everything I was doing. Like I'm doing this streaming. I got my own merch. I did 20 plus music video, like 20, 10 or 30 plus videos alone. Like all the positive, like I'm way more than that. And just because your finances ain't reflecting that don't mean that it's not going to. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know what I'm saying? That's in regards to what you did. And for everybody out here that's listening, that's what you can do when you do feel like you are not where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you could say it in better words. What I'm trying to say.
I think what you wrote down was a reflection of what you really feeling, like, almost like, yo, what you're accomplishing, the things that you're doing, you're trying to override this negative emotion or this
Mm-hmm.
negative image of yourself that you have. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't obtain XYZ, I'm never going to stop being this
Uh-huh.
overworked, underpaid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
it's almost like trying to shake, this negative idea you have of yourself.
Uh-huh.
I do the same thing though, where, sometimes I got to have a serious conversation with myself about where I'm at and who I actually am
Uh-huh.
objectively, and
Uh-huh.
be like, how do I feel about myself, and like confront those negative emotions, because
Uh-huh.
it might be true that
Uh-huh.
you underpaid and you
Yeah,
overwork,
it
you know what I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that being able to realize that type of stuff, that where that negativity comes from, can course correct. It can say, okay, well, this is what I am, I don't want to be this no more, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
it's part of self-reflection. And I think it comes from knowing, you have limitless potential, and
Uh-huh.
wanting to realize, what that potential looks like, what that ceiling
Uh-huh.
looks like,
Uh-huh.
and not being able to force it, because
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, it takes time, and it's not completely up to you. If we could
Uh-huh.
all snap our fingers and have everything we
Facts.
wanted right now, we would do it, but you can't,
No
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? So,
No facts.
but as far as having those negative emotions, I think sometimes it's okay. You can't be always positive and uplifted 100% of the time,
Uh-huh.
and you got to confront those feelings if you want to get to where you want to be ultimately.
Uh-huh. How often do you get hit with them, or is it really random?
It's sporadic.
Okay.
um like, for me specifically, if I give myself downtime, like, if
Mm.
there's multiple days where I've gone without an upload, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting any work done,
Mm-hmm.
humans are creatures of habit, and they like to
Mm-hmm.
work. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They like to get work done. They like to pursue their passions. And if you're not creating,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for you to get into this negative mindset, because you're not exercising that imagination, what you got going on up here. So
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Yeah.
if I go an extended period without making a video or whatever the case may be, that's when I start having them negative thoughts. And that's when, because
Mm-hmm.
if you give yourself time to reflect negatively, then you're going to. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. 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 And it's crazy, but that shit crazy. It's like you gotta really figure yourself out too. Like I'm about to make a huge
Mm-hmm.
switch with the streaming. I'm about to switch time zones, bro.
Mm.
I'm about to switch
For real?
time zones, yo, because my productivity in terms of the like everything has faltered, y'all. And let me put it like this. Remember how I have those tasks I want to accomplish to make sure that the podcast and the streaming get the recognition it desire it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that ain't gonna happen with it at the priority it's at, and I'm not willing to raise that priority. So what
Mm.
I had to do is I had to switch the streaming time to 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then use my trading time as times where I could make the videos, trade, and do all the work for my dad, because that's a 5 hour slot. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if I just switch it, I'll be able to get it all done, because when I do it in the daytime, it's not as, what's the best way to say this? I don't have a boss. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things that could come in front of it instead of me just locking in. But when I'm locked in on the trading, it's gonna carry over into the work and shit too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I believe is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nah. Basically, why I bring that up is because knowing yourself, when you said creatures of habit, some habits may not be for you. Is what I'm saying. Like right
Mm.
now, that habit of, or not the habit, but the decision to stream during the night, great decision. You built something from it, but to get where you want to be, that decision may not be the best one. You may have to switch it over to this one, and you may take a couple steps back because of that. But in the long run, you're gonna be doing things better. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that's what I noticed, because when I started doing things properly, I know I said it last week, but the sales immediately went back up. Mm. When I started focusing on work above my pop, but life unscripted, shit started hitting. When I started focusing on trading, shit started hitting. You get what I'm saying? It's like, and then trying to still do the efficiency of that productivity while like it was still out there ain't gonna work. I had to switch it around. But if I do want it to work, but have you ever been in that position?
I think as long as you're doing something that you want to do and you've made a plan,
Mm-hmm.
and you follow that plan through, and whatever it is you're doing, like you truly believe in it,
Mm-hmm.
you can make anything work. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, you know, how much time it's gonna take. Like if you really have your mind set on doing something, you'll be able to do it. Like for me, there's plenty of things that I could be doing differently just for the sake of growth. But I
Mm-hmm.
believe in what I'm doing, and it's part of that. Like last week I talked about setting your price in the beginning, like what it
Mm-hmm.
is you're willing to do, what it is you're willing to sacrifice. And
Mm-hmm.
if it's not something that I want to do, and I still believe in my ability to achieve my goals, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter, because I'm gonna get there no matter what, even if it take
Mm-hmm.
me longer than somebody else who's willing
Mm-hmm.
to do
Compromise.
whatever, or yeah,
Yeah.
compromise, sell out, whatever it is. I'm still gonna get there, because at the end of the day, I'm not in competition with nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in competition with myself, and as long as I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of my goals from the very beginning with YouTube was, you know, if I'm ever not having fun, that's it. And as long as every decision I make is aligned with that goal and that why, that initial why, I'm gonna keep doing
See,
it.
I don't got none of that shit for the streaming. I do got one actually, and the podcast. The podcast, I got both. I got two of them actually. So I do got it. I just got to keep it forefront. Don't lose
Hmm.
that. Don't lose that. For the podcast, it's a table where we can speak about things. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Weekly. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Just a table where you can speak about things that's going on in life, things you want to speak about, things I want to speak about, whoever the table, however many people is at that table. You know what I'm saying? It's just an open place where we can speak on things and give our thoughts on it.
Hmm.
Streaming. I just want a community that fucks with me no matter what I'm doing. It could be a two people community that's still accomplishing that goal. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta
Yeah.
remove that number from it too. And I advise everybody that's listening to remove that number and focus on what that goal is. You know what I'm saying? If it is a number, then you're gonna have to keep the number, obviously. But stay focused on that, whatever it is that you set out to do in the beginning, and don't lose that.
Hmm.
And don't lose that. Especially a lot of things could lose it. What you think could fuck up that, make you lose that initial goal?
Honestly, I think your reason why has got to be stronger, than any what's the word I'm looking for? Physical goal, tangible goal.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is tied to metrics or numbers or money,
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy for that to falter, because it's gonna take longer than you thought, and the
Mm-hmm.
pay is not gonna be as much as you thought. You know what I'm saying? And when you're
Mm-hmm.
not seeing the results that you want, if your initial why is tied to numbers,
Uh-huh.
it's going to be hard to see, the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you have
Uh-huh.
a solid found, your why is your foundation.
Mhm.
Whenever you having negative thoughts about, what it is that you're doing or what you want to do, you start comparing yourself to people, being able to come back to center and say,
Mhm.
why am I doing this? Oh yeah, that's why. It keeps you going. It keeps you disciplined,
Mhm.
and it keeps you motivated, even when, you might not be feeling it as much. You have
Mhm.
a long-term goal that, you know, you're pursuing, that was the start of it all. You know what I'm saying? That was your big bang, the big
Mhm.
bang
Mhm. Mhm.
that created the universe. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like
No, no facts, no
you
facts.
have, so you got to have a solid reason why, because when
Uh-huh.
you start having them negative emotions, you're able to go back to
Uh-huh.
that and say, okay, this is why I started all of this. This is why all
Uh-huh.
this exists.
Uh-huh.
You know.
No, I definitely agree with you. One thing I disagree though, in my point of view with the little numbers, for me, trading, but it also got a little sub undertone that I absolutely love it. So
Mm.
maybe that's why. You know what I'm saying? But
Excuse me.
it was the goal was be a profitable trader. And you know what I'm saying? 5 years, I had moments where I was a profitable trader, but through the whole 5 years, I was not. I can't say I was consistently to the whole 5 years a profitable trader. And I don't know if that I managed and kept going because of the what's the best way to say this? Because of the what's the best way to say this? God damn it. The love for it, or just the just that was just my goal, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really on a number, it was just a profitable trader and a lot
But
of the
that's
bad.
that's why I think it worked also, is because your goal wasn't tied to a specific number, a specific value.
Uh-huh.
It was the idea of being
And you 100%
something,
correct.
being
Yep.
profitable. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? It wasn't, I need to have a million
Yep.
subscribers by next, you know what
Yep.
I'm
And,
saying?
and
It
then
was like,
you 100% correct, yo. Because
yeah.
then niggas start taking different routes to get there. And
Mm-hmm.
when they get there, they switch up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, the weight loss goal. In totality, or whatever they say, however you say that word, but it should be a lifestyle change because once you hit that target, what you gonna do? You're gonna go back to what you was doing that got you to where you was.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that being like a lifestyle change, if that make any sense.
Yeah. Like if we're talking specific to weight loss, your goals got to be, in terms of your health, longevity,
Yeah.
survival for
Yeah.
your kids.
Yeah.
Because if you do, like, what happens when you do hit that number? Oh, I lost 20 pounds. All right, let me have some cake. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna fall right
Yeah.
back to them
You're
old
gonna
habits.
fall, you're gonna fall right back to it. And that's not conducive to continual growth, to continual evolution.
Hmm.
And that's crazy that you think of that. Cause then we started off this the podcast was just a fuck it, let's try to get 30,000. Now it turns into the goal I just said right there. Like that's not even the real that's not what it even keeps us pushing no more. Chasing that 30,000 ain't what keeps me posted 3 times a day. I post
Hmm.
3 times a day. Why do I even post 3 times? I just know that shit works. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna do what
Yeah.
works. So I just post 3 times a day. But the goal is the reason why I keep coming here doing this Zoom. Yes, I'm in fucking Florida doing a
Hmm.
podcast with my family in the buffet. Uh, is to put it out every week. It also helps me because it's a test of my discipline.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I mean, I just feel like you know what I'm saying. Like me being able to say I did something for that long without stopping is a huge accomplishment for me personally.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that shit crazy, bro. I'm gonna choose one topic, but before I do that, do you have any topic you had in mind before I pick one?
Ah, nah, go for it, bro.
All right, bet. We're gonna pick a topic. I hope everybody that's listening is rocking with it. We are doing the off of virtual, you know what I'm saying? So this shit gonna be interesting to edit up, and I definitely appreciate it because it's allowing me to expand. That's what I wanted to talk about. Oh, and I got the topic. Uh damn, this is a crazy one. Sweet talking, bro. That shit is insane. Sweet talking. I'm gonna let you talk about what those words incite in you. What type of brain activity those words produce to you?
And I've been dealing with sweet talkers, man, my whole life, bro. People who try to manipulate you to get their way. They be all sweet in your ear, saying things that you want to hear, just so they can get something out of you, bro. Manipulation tactics. People who, man, they wear a fake smile. They have the ulterior motives, bro. And I deal with
What's
that. I deal with that shit on a daily, and it drives me insane.
Whoa, that's crazy. I got two questions. How do you cope with not lashing out? And what are some tips to I may forget that's what I'm gonna say right now. What are some tips to notice a sweet talker?
A sweet talker is somebody who is looking out for themselves, thinking
Mm-hmm.
only about what they can gain and not
Mm-hmm.
about what they can give. So if somebody's coming up to you constantly asking for favors and they offer nothing in return,
Mm-hmm.
that's a surefire sign. Somebody who gets defensive when you call them out on it,
Mm-hmm.
that's another sign. You know, people who just have no care in the world about anybody but themselves, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to spot when somebody's being fake with you. You know, you walk into the workplace, you hear the, oh,
Mm-hmm.
hi. It's like immediately I know you on bullshit. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for me, it's like, you know, like I said, I've been learning how to say no, dealing with my tolerance. It's like, I can notice it. I see what you're doing. And, you know, even at the sake of being disliked or being confrontational, you know, I'm not gonna put up with it
Mm-hmm.
because you may get one off on me now. You're gonna think you can do it again and again and again. And I, you know, you gotta nip
Mm-hmm.
that shit in the bud immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, facts. And when oh damn, that's very crazy. When dealing with a sweet talker, you said they the flaw is they trying to get something out of you, right?
Hmm.
When you notice that, you cut ties with them, or do you see where they at and you keep it pushing?
Usually it's, you know, especially nowadays, you cut, you know. I don't
Okay.
stick around very long once I notice that because you don't care about me. You see what I'm
Uh
saying? You
huh.
don't care about even our relationship. You
Uh
just
huh.
care about what you can gain from the relationship.
Uh huh.
And I'm not gonna give you that ammunition, you know.
And
I'm not
there's
gonna
really
keep
people,
showing
and
up.
there's for everybody, there's really people like that, bro. And they could be your fucking sisters, to
Hmm.
your brothers, to your mamas, to your dadas, to your grandpas, your grandmas, your cousins, your nephews and nieces. That shit is crucial, bruh. Now, when you talking about blood ties, how do you deal with a sweet talker? I know you don't have no kids right now, but man, imagine you got kids and you see that.
Kids is different because I feel like it's your responsibility to teach them the ways of the world and to let them know, especially if you recognize they're trying to sweet talk you as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that, it's on you to course correct and be like, I see what you're doing. You know,
Mm,
it's not gonna work on me, and you probably
mm-hmm.
shouldn't try it on nobody else. You see what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
that's the opportunity for discipline. But when I see it from random people in the world, you know, it's hard to spot sometimes because some people are really good at it,
Uh-huh.
at getting their way, you
Uh-huh.
know, and at abusing your kindness because, you know,
Yeah.
people will take your kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
But you know, you really got to cut them type of people out of your life, you know.
Yeah. And then you said a good way when you said ask back.
Hmm.
That I didn't do not saying that I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I'm old and out of it, but I'm definitely for everybody listening, ask back. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge way to tell somebody a sweet talker or not. Cause it just
Hmm.
it clearly shows the line of where they draw it at.
Hmm.
Like I do this for you and you can't do that for me. Like you got to get back to the caveman days, the law of reciprocity, whatever it's called. I'm fucking up all them words, but they can't reciprocate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
it's definitely. But one thing I do too though, I use those tactics in my favor though too. I ain't even gonna lie. Like for instance, if I meet somebody, I know I'm gonna give them some. I'm gonna give them a gift. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they remember that shit. And if I ever did, I may never. If I ever did need a help on something, it wouldn't be far fetched for them to help me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
for the most part, I am a helpful person. They need help. I'm there to help them and things of that nature. But I do use some of the things I've learned, like in terms of like the 48 laws of power. Like that, that's a lot of that type of shit too. Giving you the
See, I got
games.
an issue where I don't trust gift givers.
Okay. That's a
See,
good thing to
like
have.
if somebody give me a gift, I start questioning the motive. Like, why are you giving me this? You know what I'm saying? Especially if
Yeah.
it's somebody I'm not super close to. You know what I'm
Yeah, no.
saying? Like my
And
dad
what
do it all the time. I can speak from experience on it. My dad do it all the time because my
yeah.
dad don't. He not the type of person to just give shit away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always something behind it, and that reason spawn up real quick. By the next day, you'll know why he did it because he'll ask you to do something. You'll be like, oh, okay, that's why you did that. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit crucial, y'all. That shit is crucial. That's not. I probably wouldn't do it that way. That sounds very surface level and like you only did this because of that. So then they start doing the association. If I get
Mm-hmm.
this, expect this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like have some grace too. Sometimes if y'all were to use this, like have some grace with it. Give them a gift and don't ask sometimes, like for at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like just a kindness from your heart. Like don't always be a manipulative type of mindset. Like you know what I'm saying? Have some compassion, some compassion, some empathy, some gratitude. Like you deserve this, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that shit. That's how I feel about it. But I do recognize the benefits of using it. Like for certain instances with advice, people be like,
Mm.
don't. What's the best way to say this? I'll give you one right now. Your actions are so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. So if you was to use that opposite, people listen to words immensely and don't take actions as important as they supposed to be. Okay, that taught me that I must be more vocal on the shit that I put out into somebody's ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, with the coaches when I was in college, I wasn't vocal enough about my skill level, even though I don't have to be. But when you're good, you're good. You know what I'm saying? It shows. But when you are just as competitive as somebody else, you got to use every advantage.
That is the thing about like sports and things of that nature where they're performance based is, it should be the way it, what am I trying to say? It should be such that your performance is the only thing that matters and it speaks
Yeah,
for itself.
yeah.
But in a lot of situations, you gotta get yourself noticed. You gotta be
You
loud. You gotta
have
get them
to.
eyeballs on you. You know what
You
I'm saying?
have to. You have to. Like it's extremely essential, especially when it's super competitive, bro.
Hmm.
As you got to use every age and just knowing that, bro. Like the shit you put out to people, like nah, I know that, so I don't say certain things about myself because I know they'll probably take it serious. Like sometimes I'll be joking, and they may not. There's a percent chance that they don't think I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? And that's just shit you shouldn't say because people listen to word. They take words so heavily instead of the
The
actions.
thing
Like
about the thing about the internet, I don't mean to cut you off,
you all
but
good?
the thing about the internet is, and I don't remember where I read this from, but you know how in high school we had different English classes,
Yeah,
like all in the same grade. We all in
yeah,
the same grade, but you had honors class, AP
yeah,
classes,
yeah,
you had the regular shit. You know what I'm saying? You have
yeah,
multiple English classes,
yeah.
and English is less to do with spelling words and more to do with your comprehension skills, your ability to
Mm.
understand things. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's at a different level of understanding and comprehension. When you
Mm-hmm.
get on the internet, we all mix. You know what I'm saying? So there's people that
Mm.
can't see, they can't read social cues, or
Yeah,
like they taking things at face
yeah,
value. They taking the things you say literally. Not
yeah,
everybody can understand a joke or
yeah,
sarcasm the same. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's a lot different once you start putting your opinions and your thoughts on the internet.
Man, shit, that go to women too. That's why I use it the most at. What?
Mm.
Man, what? I make sure to talk about myself in a great way. I make sure, you know what I'm saying? Not to be hella flaunty. I ain't gonna lie, I did go through a phase where I was flaunting heavy. But I course corrected and I figured out where the baseline is. When I got my merch, bro, I was geeked. I ain't gonna lie, I was geeked. I was like, you see this? This mine. I did this shit. But I was geeked about that shit. But nah, now I don't do it as much no more. If you ask about it and shit like that, then I'll tell you. But I ain't just about to go guns blazing every time. I was going
Mhm.
guns blazing, Devin. I was so proud of that shit. I was so proud of that. That was a huge moment for me. But one thing I was gonna point out is, damn, why'd I bring it up? Women, damn, I forgot why I brought that up. Oh, you don't know what her comprehension level is. You don't know if
Mm.
she was in them special ed classes. Not to be mean, you know what I'm saying? But but you know what I'm saying, my family came back, so that's the end of this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming on here, Devin. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, man.
I'm we're gonna wrap it up. You know what I'm saying?
Short
Season
one.
two.
Hey,
Yep. Yep. Short one today. But But we got it done. You know what I'm saying? Week 2, no weeks missed. You know what I'm saying? But all right then, David. I appreciate you tapping in.
All right, Jerome.
Yo, peace out.
Peace.